Okay, let's talk about the Fortiva credit card, shall we? If you have less than prime credit, like a bankruptcy, it's okay. This card is designed for the way you live, according to Fortiva. I really don't know what they mean by this slogan. However, when the top credit lenders such as American Express, Bank of America, and Chase tell you no, 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 Fortiva tells you yes, yes, yes. But I want to learn more about the benefits of having a Fortiva credit card, don't you?
Something about Fortiva that you may not know, and that is they provide three types of services: the Fortiva credit card, Fortiva retail credit, and Fortiva personal loans. However, if you are here today, you probably are here for the Fortiva credit card, and you probably want to know what the benefits are to having a Fortiva credit card. And I am going to go over those benefits with you now. So, according to the Fortiva, something about Fortiva that you may not know, and that is they provide three types of services: the Fortiva credit card, Fortiva retail credit, and Fortiva personal loans. However, if you are here today, you probably are here for the Fortiva credit card, and you probably want to know what the benefits are to having a Fortiva credit card. And I am going to go over those benefits with you now. So, according to the Fortiva website, great benefits come standard with this card. You don't have to do anything extra, to receive great benefits. So, exactly what are these great benefits? There are four. The first one I give a plus, which is the free credit score. The second one is periodic reviews for credit line increases. I give a plus plus. The third one is contactless payments with Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, and Google Pay. The fourth would be account access online or via mobile app. I think the first and the second are so important. The reason why I think I like number one, the free credit score, is because it keeps you, on top of what is happening with your credit. However, as you can see, there is an asterisk mark next to the free credit score. And the reason being is because there is something else we need to know, something important that we need to know regarding this credit score. And that is, although the credit score is provided by Equifax, it is for educational purposes only. So, what exactly does that mean? Basically, the score that you see on Fortiva's website may not be used by other creditors to make credit decisions on your behalf. So, if you're in the market for a home or a new vehicle, Fortiva may show you at a 720, but the lender may not use that information. They may use a different scoring system, and that scoring system has different criteria. It may also show that your credit score is lower. It may show you at a 620. So that's going to change some things regarding your purchases. You may not get the home or that car note at that interest rate that you wanted, at that low interest rate that you wanted. Your interest rate may be a little bit higher than expected. So do keep those things in mind. So now that we know what the great benefits are with having a Fortiva card, don't you want to know what the Fortiva cardholders are saying about this card? There's a link for that. Let's click on this. A review section provided by Fortiva. According to their site, 13,404 reviews have been submitted. Out of these reviews, the highest score they can receive is 5 stars, and they received a 4.7, which is almost a 5. So this is great. This is really, really great. How did they get this number? Over 11,000 reviews that were submitted gave them a 5 star. Over 300 reviews that were submitted gave them a 1 star. What is this information based on? What is determining these numbers? If you take a look at the right, you're going to see that the cardholders rated them a 4.9 when it comes to the quick approval. They were rated a 4.7 when it comes to the card benefits, and they were rated a 4.8 when it comes to the application process. It sounds good, but I have a question. What are cardholders saying about the customer service that they receive from Fortiva? The interest rate, the fees. How do the cardholders feel about that? So you're not going to find this information on Fortiva's site. You actually have to go to an external site to find that information, and that's what I have done. And let's just take a look. When you go to this external site, you will see that they no longer have a high rating. They have a very low rating. According to this site here, the score is actually 1.3 out of 5, which is very, very low. However, only 12 reviews were provided. Although it is a small sample of people, I still want to know why these people are so unhappy. And this is not the only external website that shows Fortiva with a low rating. But this is the lowest one. This is the lowest one that I came across. So according to Jim, this was just posted on May the 22nd. I would rate a 0. Even though the balance was paid in full before the due date, I was assessed a $10 fee for account management. What is there to manage with a 0 balance? I closed the account and would advise anyone to stay away from this company. In April, someone wrote, terrible card, even if your credit is bad, very low initial balance, and they something deep in the T&C that they do not increase. Oh, I think they're talking about the credit line. They're saying like they don't increase the credit line after the first year. Wow, I mean, this is kind of really jumbo. You get hit with an annual fee, and then they charge you $7.50 a month for processing fee, regardless if you have a balance or not. Okay. So a lot of the complaints seems to be about the fees, as you can see here. The customers just aren't happy with the fees that come with the card, and they're saying you don't get a credit line increase. I don't know about that part. I mean, because I don't know if these card holders, are they playing the credit card game correct? You know, are they keeping their credit utilization low, or are they paying early? So there's always two sides to the story. However, if you are seriously considering taking out the Fortiva credit card, read the Cardholder Agreement, which is provided on their website, and we are going to take a look at that now, because that is going to provide you with the meat and potatoes about this card. Very important information is in the Cardholder Agreement. I know sometimes when you have bad credit, or when you don't have credit at all, and someone finally gives you a yes after you have been told no so many times, you glance over, or you just don't pay the Cardholder Agreements any attention because you so desperately want a credit card. But do yourself a favor. This is going to save you some money. This can possibly save you some money if you read the terms of agreement. So let's start with the interest rate. The APR ranges from 22.74%, which isn't bad. That is about average. But it goes up to 36%, which is really bad. And you're probably not going to know what your APR is going to be until after you get the card. You can try to call them or email someone to see what your credit score may be before you agree to the card. I mean, you can always give it a try. However, they're stating that your APR is based on your credit worthiness. So if you're applying for this card and you know you have bad credit, you can probably assume that you're going to get the 36% interest rate, or at least close to it. APR for cash advances and balance transfer ranges from 25.74% to 36%. Again, it goes from average to extremely high. Penalty APR, none. Paying the interest. They give you some information about paying the interest. If you need credit card tips, they provide you a link to the Consumer Financial Protection Agency. Fees is another biggie for me. And the interest rate and fees determine if I say yay or nay to a credit card offer. So, you are going to get two fees that are guaranteed, which is an annual fee, which ranges from $49 to $175. After that is $0 to $49 annually. There is an account maintenance fee that is guaranteed. $60 to $159 annually billed at $5 to $12.50 per month after the first year. There is an additional card fee for an authorized user. So this is optional. If you want to help someone to improve their credit score by piggybacking off of your good credit, you can do that. That's a good thing to do. I applaud you. However, that's going to cost you $25 annually to do so. And I would suggest that whoever wants to ride your tailcoat of good credit to boost their credit score, I would suggest that they pay the $25 annual fee. There are transaction fees that you may have to pay. Balance transfer, cash advance, and foreign transaction. These fees range from 3% to 5%. Penalty fees that you may have to pay, which consist of a late fee and a return payment fee. As of April the 1st of this year, as you can see, under Section 12 CF, the maximum amount to collect for these two fees is $40. I'm glad there is a cap, but $40 is a late fee, and I'm sure they are probably going to charge the max, but I'm not sure. And let's see here, is there any other thing that we want to think of? So when it comes to these late fees and return payment fees, these things can be avoided for the most part. So just make sure that you pay early, meaning before the due date. A return payment fee, I would actually have an account to pay, a separate account, like for my groceries and other miscellaneous, and then I will have another account for my credit card bills. Keep it neat and organized, and that way you know where your money is going. Things, don't cross one another, and then you don't have anything, overdrafting and overlapping.
Hey guys, before I wrap up this video, I just want to provide you with my personal opinion about Fortiva. I want to get real with you all and let you know how I feel about this card. And I also want to talk about a personal experience with the Fortiva credit card. In my opinion, Fortiva is not for people that are in desperate need of credit. If you need credit, if you are desperate for credit, do not apply for the Fortiva card. If you are someone, you don't have credit, but you want to establish credit, Fortiva may be right for you. If you are someone, you have had a bad experience with credit, you filed for bankruptcy, you have had a couple of dings on your credit score has dropped a lot, and now you want to rebuild your credit, Fortiva may be a good option for you as well. It is about for those who want, not out of need. And the reason why I say this is because I know a friend of mine who had a personal experience with Fortiva, and it was a horrible experience. Things were going good until she fell behind a payment, 2 or 3 payments. And I'm not blaming Fortiva because she fell behind. Falling behind was her problem. She had about 35 credit cards at the time. So she was, she had too much debt. And she realized this. And that's why she got behind with Fortiva, because it was an oversight. But this is what happened. The collection department from Fortiva contacted her to work out a payment arrangement so that she could get caught back up. However, the repayment plan that they suggested was unreasonable. They wanted $100 per month for 5 months. She couldn't afford that. She had child care, a house note, a car note, other credit cards, and utilities. She wanted to pay $50. They were fine with her paying $50, but she would also have to pay $49 each month if she did not pay the minimum fee or the minimum payment of $100. So when she would send in $50, she would also get charged a $49 late fee. Can you envision this? As you can see, she fell into a deep hole. Her debt got deeper and deeper with Fortiva. And the only way she was able to get out of debt with them is she actually had to get a new job that paid $10,000 more a year, which allowed her to have some additional discretionary income, which she allocated towards Fortiva. And as of today, she still owes Fortiva a balance. She is at $120, so she almost has them paid off. But it took a lot, it took a lot out of her in order to make it happen. And she has learned her lessons. She has learned her lesson not to get in, over too deep when it comes to those credit cards. And also, I want to say that if you do decide to take on this Fortiva card, have a strategy. And that strategy should consist of 2 things. Number 1, be sure to pay the card off early, or before the due date, rather. Make sure, don't pay it on the due date. Pay it before the due date. Way before the due date. I would pay it 14 days before the due date, actually. Number 2, make sure you keep your credit utilization at 10% or less. And what I mean about the credit utilization is how much you owe in accordance to your balance. So if they give you a credit limit, your credit limit. So if they give you a credit limit of $700, don't go out and charge $350 on the card. Only charge $70 or less on the card. You have to be very disciplined if you're going to use a card like Fortiva. If you're not disciplined, then you need a whole lot of income or money somewhere in the bank to pay them back in case you fall behind 2 or 3 payments, to pull yourself out of that dark hole. If you're not disciplined, if you don't have a high salary, if you don't have a whole lot of money in the bank somewhere or tied up in stocks to deal with the mess that may come with having a Fortiva card, then stay away from this card. And that's my personal opinion. Of course, you all are adults and you can do whatever you want to do. This has been my review over the Fortiva card. My name is Soraya. Until the next Thrifty Talk.